Greetings to all. Welcome back. Today we are going to learn second part of the lesson 10. Okay, second part of lesson 10, social transformation in Tamilnadu. Social transformation in Tamilnadu. The Dravidian movement emerged. The Dravidian movement emerged as a defense of the non-Brahmins. Dravidian movement emerged as a defense of the non-Brahmins against the Brahmin domination. In 1909, the Madras Non-Brahmin Association was founded. Okay, in which year? In the year 1909, the Madras Non-Brahmin Association was founded. Okay, this association was founded to help the non-Brahmin students. Okay, in order to help the non-Brahmin students, the Madras Non-Brahmin Association was started, and it was in the year 1909. In 1912, C. Nadesanar, a medical doctor, C. Nadesanar, founded the Madras United League. Madras United League. In the year 1912, C. Nadesanar, a medical doctor, founded the Madras United League. Later, it was renamed as Madras Dravidian Association. Madras United League was renamed as Madras Dravidian Association. It was started to support the upliftment of the Dravidians. To support the upliftment, improvement of the Dravidians. This Madras United League was started. This organization focused on educating and supporting non-Brahmin graduates. Educating and supporting non-Brahmin graduates. It conducted regular meetings to share their grievances. Regular meetings were conducted to share their complaints, to give their complaints. Nadesanar founded a hostel known as the Dravidian Home. Dravidian Home. It was a hostel founded by Nadesanar. It was started in July 1916 at Triplicane, Madras. It was started in July 1916 at Triplicane. This Dravidian Home was started to address the lack of hostels for the non-Brahmin students. Those days, no more hostels for the non-Brahmin students. So, this hostel was started by Nadesanar. What's the name of the hostel? Dravidian Home. When it was started? July 1916. At which place? At Triplicane. That is Madras. And so affected the educational development. If the hostel is not there, means it will affect the educational development. So he started that hostel. This home had a literary society also. This home had a literary society also for the benefit of non-Brahmin students. Next, we will see South Indian Liberal Federation, that is Justice Party. South Indian Liberal Federation, Justice Party. On 20th November 1916, 20th November 1916, around 30 prominent non-Brahmin leaders, 30 famous or important non-Brahmin leaders, including Dr. C. Nadesanar, Pitti Tyagaraiyar, T.M. Nair and Alamelu Mangai Thayarammal. Dr. C. Nadesanar, Pitti Tyagaraiyar, T.M. Nair and Alamelu Mangai Thayarammal came together to form South Indian Liberal Federation, SILF. It is also known as Justice Party. In the meantime, a meeting was held in the Victoria Public Hall. One meeting was there. In this meeting, the non-Brahmin manifesto means declaration, non-Brahmin manifesto was released in the year 1916 December. Okay, December 1916, the non-Brahmin manifesto was released. This manifesto clearly explained the ideas of non-Brahmin communities. Okay, clearly explained the ideas of non-Brahmin communities. This association published 3 newspapers. Okay, how many newspapers? 3 newspapers. Dravidian in Tamil. Dravidian in Tamil. Justice in English. Justice in English language. And Andhra Pragasika in Telugu. Andhra Pragasika in Telugu. Okay. Dravidian in Tamil language. Justice in English language. And Andhra Pragasika in Telugu language. These newspapers were published to spread the ideas of the party. Okay, for what purpose? To spread the ideas of the party. These newspapers were published. After the introduction of diarchy in the provinces, diarchy, that is double government, dual government. After the introduction of diarchy in the provinces, the first election was held in 1920. First election was held in 1920. On the basis of the Montagu-Chelmsford reforms. Okay, 1920 elections were held on the basis of Montagu-Chelmsford reforms. In this election, Justice Party won. Okay, Justice Party won, and it formed the first cabinet in Madras. Amaicharavi, first cabinet in Madras. A. Subbarayalu became the chief minister. Okay, A. Subbarayalu became the chief minister of the Madras presidency. This Justice Party formed the government during 1920 to 1923 and 1923 to 1926. Okay, 1920 to 1923 and 1923 to 1926. Okay, when the Congress Party boycotted the legislature, okay, when the Congress Party boycotted the legislature, the Justice Party continued to remain in office. Okay, Justice Party continued to remain in office till 1937 elections were held. Okay, so when the Congress Party boycotted the legislature, the Justice Party continued till 1937 elections. And in 1937 elections, the Indian National Congress contested for the first time and defeated the Justice Party. That is, the Congress Party won. The Congress Party won in the 1937 elections. Next, programs and activities. Programs and activities. The Justice Party is the founding head of the non-Brahmin movement in the country. Okay, it was the head. The Justice Party was the head of the non-Brahmin movement in the country. This is one more question. The Justice Party government widened education. Okay, it is giving importance to education and employment opportunities. Okay, education and employment opportunities for the majority of the population. Okay, majority of the population. It created space for the same population in the political field. It's a willing, that is, it likes to this population that population should be in the political field, like that. The Justice Party removed the legal hindrances problems, which restricted the intercaste marriages. Okay, which restricted the intercaste marriages. In those days, the depressed class people should not use public wells and tanks to take water. Okay, they should not use public wells and tanks. This barrier was also removed by the Justice Party. This barrier was also removed by the Justice Party. The Justice Party government ordered that public schools accommodate the depressed class children. Okay, public schools and accommodate the depressed class children. That is, the depressed class children also can study in the government schools. Okay, hostels were established for these depressed class children in 1923. 1 mark question. Hostels were established for the depressed class children in 1923. In 1921, for the first time, the Madras legislature under the Justice Party government approved women's participation in the electoral politics. See, in the year 1921, for the first time, the Madras legislature under the Justice Party government approved women's participation in the electoral politics. That is, women also can contest in the elections. They can also stand, okay, the elections. This resolution created space for women. Thus, Muthulakshmi Ammayar became the first women legislature in India in 1926. Okay, Muthulakshmi Ammayar became the first women legislature in India in the year 1926. The Justice Party worked hard, okay, for communal representation, Vahupuvada Pradinidhitva, for the reservation of various communities. Two communal government orders were passed. Okay, two communal government orders were passed. First one was in 16th September 1921. Okay, and the second one was passed in August 15, 1922. So, first order that was passed 16th September 1921, and the second one was passed in August 15, 1922. These orders were passed to give equal distribution in appointments. Okay, equal distribution in appointments among various caste and communities. Okay, different caste and communities. This is a part of achieving social justice. The Justice Party rule established the Staff Selection Board in 1924. 1 mark question. The Justice Party rule established the Staff Selection Board in 1924 for selecting the government officers. So, in order to select the government officers, the Justice Party rule established the Staff Selection Board in the year 1924. It encouraged all the communities to share the administrative powers. Okay, it encouraged all the communities can share the administrative powers. In 1929, the government of British India followed. Okay, 1929, the government of British India adopted means followed. Okay, followed the pattern and established the Public Service Commission. Okay, established the Public Service Commission. The Justice Party concentrated on reforms in religious institutions also. It is concentrating on religious reforms in the institutions, various institutions. The Justice Party introduced the Hindu Religious Endowment Act in 1926. 1 mark question. Hindu Religious Endowment Act was passed in the year in 1926 by the Justice Party. According to this act, without seeing caste, anyone can be a member of the temple committee. Okay, according to this Hindu Religious Endowment Act of 1926, without seeing caste, anyone can be a member of the temple committee and govern the resources of the religious institutions also. Understand? Govern the resources of the religious institutions also. Next one, self-respect movement. Self-respect movement, that is Suya Mariyadai Iyakkam in Tamil. Self-respect movement, Suya Mariyadai Iyakkam. Self-respect movement advocated a casteless society, devoid of rituals, without saying rituals, and differences based on birth. differences based on birth. This movement declared rationality and self-respect. Rationality, பகுத்தறிவு, and self-respect as the birthright of all human beings. Rationality and self-respect as the birthright of all human beings. This rationality and self-respect, these both are more important than self-rule. More important than self-rule. This movement declared that illiteracy was a source. That is, illiteracy was the main cause for women's subordination. Women's subordination. It promoted compulsory elementary education for all. Compulsory, that is, elementary education for all. The movement demanded women's emancipation, freedom, pen vidudalai in Tamil, removed superstitious beliefs, and emphasized rationality, பகுத்தறிவு. This movement also advocated self-respect marriage. Self-respect marriage. The self-respect movement, that is சுயமரியாதை இயக்கம், worked hard not only for the cause of non-Brahmin Hindus. It is not only working for the upliftment of the non-Brahmin Hindus, but also that of the Muslims also. And it is working hard for the Muslims also. The self-respect movement appreciated the principles of Islam, that is equality and brotherhood. Okay, the self-respect movement, that is சுயமரியாதை இயக்கம், appreciated the principles of Islam, that is Islamic principles of equality and brotherhood. Equality and brotherhood. Next we will say Periyar EVR, that is E.V. Ramasamy Periyar. Okay, E.V. Ramasamy Periyar. E.V. Ramasamy was the founder of a self-respect movement. Okay, self-respect movement was founded by E.V. Ramasamy. His father Venkadappa was a wealthy businessman in Erode. Okay, his father Venkadappa, and he was a wealthy businessman in Erode district. His mother was Chinna Thayammal. He possessed little formal education, முறையான கல்வி. But he engaged in critical discussions with scholars. As a young man, once he ran away from home. He spent many months in Varanasi and other religious centers. His first experience of Orthodox Hindu religion, that is Vaidika Hindu Samayam, to his disillusionment with religion, he returned back and took care of his family business for some years. His selfless public service and forthrightness, தொலைநோக்கு பார்வை, made him a popular personality. He held different official positions of Erode. One of the important positions was the chairmanship of municipal council. That is from 1918 to 1919. As the president of Tamilnadu Congress Committee, Periyar proposed a resolution. That is the rights of untouchables entry in the temple. Untouchables to the temple entry. In the name of a caste dharma, the lower caste people were not allowed to enter into the temple. And the streets surrounding the temple. In Vaikam, people opposed this practice. Vaikam is a place in Kerala. Vaikam is a place in Kerala. It was the then princely state to Sudesi Arasu, princely state of Travancore. In the beginning, George Joseph of Madurai played an important role. Okay. After the local leaders were arrested, Periyar led the movement. After the local leaders were arrested, Periyar led the movement. He was arrested and imprisoned. Periyar also was arrested and imprisoned. People appreciated him as Vaikam Veerar, Tamil word, Vaikam Veerar, hero of Vaikam. Periyar visited a school. That is in Cheran Mahadevi Gurukulam school. Cheran Mahadevi Gurukulam, that is a school. This school was run by V.V. Subramanian. This V.V. Subramanian was a Congress leader. This school was run with the financial support of Tamilnadu Congress Committee. But in this school, caste-based discrimination was there. Particularly in the dining hall. This incident disturbed AVR. He protested against this antisocial practice. But the Congress continuously supported the iniquities, that is caste differences. Okay, iniquities means caste differences. But the Congress continuously supported the practice, caste difference, that practice in the Gurukula. Periyar started self-respect movement in 1925. One mark question. Periyar started the self-respect movement in 1925. Periyar understood the importance of mass communication in spreading rationalist thoughts. Okay, importance of mass communication in spreading rationalist thought. He started many newspapers and journals. First one, Kudiyarasu, that is in the year 1925. He started the newspaper in the year 1925. That is also democracy. Second one, Revolt, that is in the year 1928. Third one, Puratchi, 1933. It was started in 1933. That is revolution. Fourth one, Paguttarivu, 1934. That is rationalism. And fifth one, Vidudalai, 1935. Liberation. All Tamil names only given. Kudiyarasu, Revolt, Puratchi, Paguttarivu, Vidudalai. Okay. Among all these newspapers, Kudiyarasu was the official newspaper of self-respect movement. Okay. Kudiyarasu was the official newspaper of self-respect movement. Usually, Periyar wrote a column. Often he is writing a column and expressed his opinion on social issues. Here, column means katturai. Okay, often he is writing this column, and in that column he is expressing his opinion, his own ideas on social issues. Often he wrote columns under the pseudonym of Chitrabutran. Often he wrote columns, katturaigal he was writing under the name Chitrabutran. He is not using his own name to write the columns, write the katturaigal. So pseudonym means Punaipayam. Okay, pseudonym means Punaipayam. So his books are very important, that papers, newspapers, Kudiyarasu, Revolt, Puratchi, Paguttarivu, Vidudalai. Among that, Kudiyarasu was the official newspaper of self-respect movement. And often he is writing columns, and he is expressing his own opinions. And often he wrote columns under pseudonym, that is Punaipayar of Chitrabuttan. He is not using his own name. Instead of that one pseudonym he was using, that is known as Chitrabutran. Okay, children. With this, I finish today's session, children. I'll meet you in the next session with the remaining part of the lesson. Okay, learn well, children. Bye. Thank you.